Hey, my name's James Nicholson and welcome to this week's best mortgage rates. If you haven't seen this video before, what we do is we look at the best mortgage rates in various different categories. For example, the slide you can see right now is talking about houses of multiple occupancy, like a student let. And so what I do is I scour the internet and I find the best deals this week. So if you've got a deal that falls into HMO, buy-to-let, residential property, maybe you want to remortgage your current house because your deal ends, then this is the video for you. Now, this week, there's some changes. There's quite a lot of changes this week. We've got some rates going up and some rates going down. When I initially did the research, I thought rates on the whole would have been up because there was bad inflation data the other day, and that meant swap rates, the rate that the banks borrow at, actually increased temporarily. So what we want to do is we want to look at that and see what are the best rates we can get this week. If you're here and you haven't been here before, make sure you hit subscribe down below, smash subscribe and hit that bell notification. I've got new content every single day. I bring you the property news and property education to help you grow your knowledge. And while you're here, smash the like button, tickle the like button, do something to the like button down there, guys. That really helps me with the YouTube algorithm and it gets more views on the channel. Let's be honest, why I want you to do it. So, let's have a look at what's going on with rates in the HMO market. So HMO stands for House of Multiple Occupancy. It's a good strategy in this market because it gives you a good yield. You get decent yields with these types of property. And so you can make really good income. But because of that, there's not lots of lenders because it's a specialist category and they charge you a little bit more. So Mortgage Works has been pretty much the best deal for a few weeks now. They've got a 5-year deal. The rate is 5.34%. The fees are high. These fees were significantly higher. They're moving in the right direction, but they haven't budged for about a month now. They're at 3%. Loan to value means they'll lend you 75% of the value of the property. So that's a 5-year deal at 5.34. The 2-year deal is a smidge more expensive, and that's at 5.39%. That also has 3% fees and a 75% loan to value. So if you're in the HMO market, that's a great lender to go and check out. Next, let's have a look at limited company mortgages. So these are buy-to-lets, but in a limited company. Now, I myself recommend that this is how you invest in buy-to-let if you want to get some new properties or get into the market. I just feel this is the best way to do it because you can write off loads of fees and stuff like that, and taxes is way more efficient. So Mortgage Works, again, they've got the best 2 deals out there. The 5-year deal was at 5.34, similar to the HMO one, 3% fee, 75% loan to value. Now, interestingly, they've dropped the 2-year deal this week to 4.99%. So it's about 0.25% down this week, which is definitely what we want to see. It's moving in the right direction. Still, the fees are quite high, but they're still... The reason why they put the fees quite high on these types of products is for affordability. When the stress test happens, it just happens on the interest rate, not the fees. And so they can put the rate lower, but the fees higher in order to help you pass affordability. So that's a limited company one. Buy-to-let in your personal name. Now, this is how the majority of people that have buy-to-let have done it historically. It's really not the best way to do it now, but 80% of the market is like this. So this is for a remortgage, or maybe you just want to buy 1 or 2 buy-to-lets. So NatWest have got the best 5-year deal. These rates are significantly cheaper than a limited company, but you don't get the cost savings. You can't write off expenses and stuff like that. So the 5-year deal was 4.37%. The fees are 9.95. Loan to value 75%. The 2-year deal has decreased. New lenders come into this. Santander. It was NatWest doing the best deal last week. Santander have got the best deal this week, and it's at 4.68%. a smidge down on what the NatWest deal was, and the fees are 999 on that one with a 75% loan to value. That's a 2-year deal. So Santander is definitely worth looking at if you want to get a buy-to-let in your personal name. Now, residential mortgages. We've got a mixed bag here. We've got an increase and a decrease. Same lenders as the buy-to-let. And I mentioned this quite often in the videos, and this is why these are useful to watch on a weekly basis. So do subscribe if you didn't earlier. What happens is, when you're looking for a mortgage rate, you might watch a video like this. You might look on a comparison site or go to a broker. You're going to look for the cheapest deal, right? There can only be one cheapest deal. And so that means that the other lenders have to be competitive. So if NatWest is cheapest for a while, eventually Santander will want to undercut them a little bit so they get to the top of the search, right? And the brokers and the comparison sites bring you those better deals. And so NatWest might, for a month or so, get the best rate, get inundated with inquiries, work on all of that, and that keeps them going for a while. And then they let Santander have a go at being the cheapest. And so the 5-year deal, these are on if you've got 25% equity or you have a 25% deposit. So a 5-year deal has 4.37%. This is down. This is down on last week, which is good. 995 in fees, 75% loan to value. The 2-year deal has gone up a smidge, but it's 4.68%, so still under 5%, which is good. The fees on these residential mortgages are pretty good as well. 999 in fees with a 75% loan to value. So both of those are decent deals, in my opinion. What I want to say before I go on to the last one is, if you've got a deal that comes to an end in the next 3 or 6 months, start looking for a rate today, because you can fix the rate today. You can go to Santander, NatWest, whoever, fix a rate today, even if your deal doesn't expire. Then if they drop the rate before you start that new deal, then you can swap on to the better rate. But what it does is it protects you from rates going up. The market is volatile. As you can see, there are some rates that have gone up this week. So that would be a smart thing to do. So do share this video with friends, colleagues, family that maybe are looking to remortgage at the moment. You can just press the share button and WhatsApp it to them or Facebook message it to them. Get them to check out what's going on in the market. So Santander's got a 2-year deal that's up. Now let's look at the residential mortgages for small deposits or small equity. So this means you've got to have a 10% deposit or 10% equity in your property. Cumberland have got the best deal at the moment. It's more expensive than the Santander, I think, had the best deal last week, but it's still the cheapest out there. So their 5-year deal is 4.67%, which is pretty good, considering they're taking a lot of the risk there. If the market was going to crash 20%, you would like, they would be in a rocky ground then, wouldn't they? Because you would owe them more than the property's worth. So if they repossessed you, they wouldn't get all the money back. So it's quite a good rate for such a small deposit. 5-year, 4.67, 999 in fees, 90% loan to value. The 2-year deal is with the Loughborough. This is the same as last week. It's a 5.05% deal with 999 in fees, 90% loan to value. So there is movement this week in the mortgage market, and that mostly was down to the fact that we had bad inflation data. That meant that rates for some lenders went up. No one really got really competitive this week, and so we didn't see much movement this week at all. There was a smidge up, a smidge down, new lenders coming into play. That's always good to check who's got the best deal on the market. So that's it for this week. Do check out some other content on my channel. You can go and watch something over there. Do like this video, share it, subscribe, go and check out some more content over there.